All right, let's dive into this powerful folktale. It's about a man, a blacksmith, who is absolutely convinced his life is cursed, just crushed by what he believes is his destiny. But what happens when an impossible gift shows up and forces him to question, well, everything he thought he knew about what it means to be truly wealthy? So, our story kicks off with a puzzle, a really strange cure for a princess's mysterious illness. This one prophecy connects the highest of the high, royalty, with the lowest of the low, and it basically sets the stage for this entire wild ride. Now, at the very heart of this prophecy is our main guy, a blacksmith named Raghuvir, and he feels totally trapped by fate. His world is just this endless struggle, where it feels like for every one step forward, he gets knocked two steps back. And this right here, this lays out his central problem perfectly. On one side, you've got Raghuvir. He's an honest, skilled, hardworking guy who loves his family more than anything. But to his community, he's not even a person. He's just a walking curse, a source of all their bad luck. Yeah, those whispers about him being bad luck, they turn into full-blown public ridicule. The village headmen, other people, they're mocking him right to his face, saying his very presence is like a poison in the village. The social pressure just becomes, well, completely unbearable. So he can't provide for his family. He's shamed by everyone he knows. Raghuvir just sees no way out. He's convinced his life is a total failure, and feeling like he has absolutely nothing left to offer, he just walks away from his home, heading straight into the wilderness with no plan at all. But it's right here, in what feels like his absolute final, darkest moment, that Raghuvir faces this totally unexpected test. And it's not a test of his strength as a blacksmith. It's a test of his character. Think about it. Even at his lowest point, when he feels like he has nothing left to give anyone, his first instinct is to help someone else. He finds this holy man dying of thirst, and without a second thought, he says yes. He takes on this grueling 2-mile trek, pushing his own exhaustion completely out of his mind. He finally gets to the pond, but of course, it's not that easy. A terrifying witch is guarding it, and she gives him a choice, and it's a stark one. Run for your life and break your promise, or solve a deadly riddle to save the dying man. And what's amazing is, he solves it. Raghuvir digs deep and comes up with the answer: the human mind. A house open to everything, one that holds both light and darkness. You have to wonder if, in that moment, he recognized that in himself. Well, the witch is so impressed she lets him take the water, and he rushes back. So, having passed this crazy, harrowing test of his courage and his integrity, Raghuvir gets a reward. But this is a gift that's going to bring a whole new, completely different set of trials with it. And look at what this reward is. The sadhu, who's clearly way more than he seems, doesn't give him a bag of gold or jewels. Nope. He gifts him a living, breathing creature, a beautiful, totally magical deer. The sadhu's instructions here are so specific. This deer is not a possession, he says. It's a responsibility. Raghuvir has to treat her like a member of his own family, like a daughter. And by doing that, that's how he'll change his fate. So the deer brings this incredible joy to Raghuvir's family. It becomes this beloved playmate for his son. But, its magical beauty doesn't exactly go unnoticed. And pretty soon, it attracts the very unwanted attention of the rich and powerful. And here we go, another test for Raghuvir's integrity. First, the village landlord tries to buy the deer. Raghuvir says no. Then, a super wealthy merchant offers him basically any price he can name. He refuses again. And then, get this, the king himself shows up and offers half of his entire kingdom for the deer. And each time, Raghuvir says no. His reasoning is what's really important here. For Raghuvir, this is not a business deal. He says, look, it was a gift. You don't sell a gift. And more than that, she's like my daughter now. He values that principle, that love, way more than any kingdom. But sticking to his principles has just led him to his biggest crisis yet. Because, well, the most powerful man in the land, King Vikram, he is not used to hearing the word no. And this is where we finally learn the king's real motivation. He's not just a greedy guy, he's a desperate father. His daughter is dying, and he's been told the only cure comes from that very specific prophecy we heard about at the beginning. It's all starting to click into place. So the king is furious, he's desperate, and he's done making offers. He just takes what he wants. He has Raghuvir thrown in chains and the deer seized by force. And in this moment, it really, really looks like Raghuvir's integrity has cost him everything.
He's defeated, he's powerless. And standing before the king, Raghuvir makes one last simple request. He doesn't ask for money or freedom. He just asks for a single moment, born out of pure love. A chance to say goodbye.
And in that one single embrace, the prophecy comes true. As Raghuvir and the deer both weep, their tears hit the ground together, and instantly a miraculous blue flower blooms. The cure was never something you could buy, or force, or steal. It had to be born from real, genuine, selfless love. And the flower works! The princess is cured! And the king, he's humbled, he's ashamed, and he finally understands the true strength of Raghuvir's character and the real power of his principles. Raghuvir doesn't just go back to his old life. Oh no. He returns completely transformed. The king, overflowing with gratitude, showers him with honors. He makes him a royal advisor, gives him incredible wealth, and in the ultimate twist, makes him the new landlord of the very same village that cast him out. And that is his journey coming full circle. The blacksmith everyone called a curse is now the master of his village, the most respected man around. And he didn't get there by chasing wealth, but by staying true to his values, no matter what. Raghuvir's story really suggests that true wealth isn't something you can pile up, but something you hold onto inside. Your integrity, your kindness, your love. In the end, his destiny wasn't changed by a magical deer. It was changed by the choices he made when it looked like he had nothing left.